Hi everybody and welcome to the World of Micah. We're in Tupelo, Mississippi today. We're here at the Tupelo Hardware Company. Elvis Presley was gifted his first guitar by his mother Gladys. Let's check it out. We're gonna go to the Birthplace. We've got a lot of stuff to cover here in Tupelo, Mississippi. Now, let's take a closer look. I love coming back home to Mississippi. And the music and the history of this place, of my favorite performer and singer of all time, Elvis Presley, is just a little icing on the cake. I'm waiting to cross the street right now. It is a busy city here in Tupelo. And here's the guitar, signifying that we have made it to the historic Tupelo Hardware, which is a real working hardware store. But in 1946, Elvis's mother Gladys brought him here to buy a bicycle. He wanted to get a rifle. But Forrest Bobo kind of compromised and helped Elvis get the guitar for $7.90. And yes, they do sell guitars here to this day. They're not $7.90, but all right, on the inside, as you make your way in, right around here is where it all took place. And there is the X where it happened. Elvis was standing here. He was talking to Mr. Bobo. That's him right there. And they do have books here. Some photographs of Elvis and hats. That's a Ronnie McDowell original painting right there. Hello, Ronnie and Tyler, if you're watching. And then there's a photograph of the Elvis guitar, the one he got here. That was a lot of fun. Stopped in real quick and picked up a shirt. Now I gotta cross the street here when it's our turn. Gonna go over to the Elvis statue where he reformed in 1956. He came back to his hometown. Let's go. And I have covered this before. Actually went into some details on that day and matched up some photographs from when he came home to Tupelo. It was here at the Tupelo Fairgrounds. Now it's the Tupelo Fair Park. And there's a plaque here with Elvis and his guitar that he purchased down the street. He returned here in 56 and 57, and when it was the Fairgrounds, like I said. And the concert, they used money to buy and restore the Birthplace and build the Elvis Presley Youth Center. So basically they use all the money to open up his house as like a park, a museum, and they have the youth center. So he kind of, gave back to his hometown of Tupelo, Mississippi. And it's crazy to think it all took place right back over there. It's where it all started with the guitar. And then he returned here in 56 and 57. And they put a statue right over there of Elvis. And that was about where he stood and performed. And you've seen this photograph of Elvis. You've seen it. Even if you don't know what it is or don't care, you've seen this. So we're gonna go over here and show it once again and match it up because history needs to be documented. The statue of Elvis. Man, you could do some really cool shots here with the sun. There we go. Get a little burst there. Maybe we can have it where the sun's in his hand, Let's see. Go down and to the left, and there we go. That's cool. Look at that. But right here is where he was. He was wearing a purple shirt. It's velvet. An RC dog, the RCA dog, Nipper, was on stage with him. The Jordanaires, Scotty Moore, Bill Black, DJ Fontana, who I've met before, and Elvis Presley. And his mom, Gladys, and his father, Vernon, were in attendance too. He had come home to Tupelo. You can see my shadow there. Apologize for that, but all over the ground here, there's so many bricks and names and people who donated. Some of these are tribute artists. And I know this fella right here. It's my buddy John Daly, VP Pawn Shop. And there's the Tupelo Elvis Presley fan club right there. Now, this bench was dedicated to the memory of Elvis Presley's beloved family, Vernon, Gladys, Jesse, Aaron, and Minnie Mae. And this was donated by Colin and Hedwig Cook, friends of the Tupelo Elvis Presley fan club. I love this. A lot of people don't see this. The Elvis was here, and gives the dates: August 1st, 1955, September 26th, 1956, and September 27th, 1957. Now, when you get out here, make sure you walk over and take a look at the nice plaque they've put here. And it'll tell you everything you need to know. What he played at the homecoming show, the song list here. If I had to pick between this, which one I liked out of all of these, Ready Teddy's pretty good. That'd be a good one to hear Elvis do. Evening show, love to hear him play Baby Let's Play House or Blue Suede Shoes. Love his version of I Got a Woman. Great Ray Charles tune. There he is as a little boy. 1945, that's him with the glasses there. Blonde haired. Little Elvis. There he is when he returned in the outfit he wore. That's the statue and what it's based off of over there. And Bill is the man who created it. I love that they have this. Oh yeah, by the way, his first performance here in 1945, October 3rd, 10-year-old Elvis took 5th place. Not bad for the king of rock and roll. All right, let's go to the birthplace where Elvis was born. In the house, January 8th, 1935. I love to visit their birthplace when I'm here. And I also like to come and see the statue. And this was the Elvis Presley Youth Center. And they have a nice plaque here talking about when he returned in 1956. Look at this. 15-acre site of Elvis Presley Youth Rec Center. They were promoting Loving You. Alice Wallace is Loving You. There's Elvis in front of the thing. Man, you've seen this performance before. Him wearing the gold jacket and dancing. He went nuts that night. There's the sign, then breaking ground. Wow, that's so cool. There's the youth center and the birthplace. Some stationery here. I've never seen the Grateful Yours Elvis. That's really neat. I love this though. His dad was on the executive committee, and so was Colonel Tom Parker. Right there. That's cool. Honorary life member Elaine Pazinski, True Blue, from Fair Lawn, New Jersey. And there's the flyer for the September 27th show. And benefit for the Youth Recreation Center to be built in Tupelo. This is cool. Even cooler to see that. And this is not the Plymouth that the Presley family came to Tupelo and moved to Memphis in. This is a cool little plaque on Memphis bound. Maybe that'll work at home for you all. You can scan that. But the model of the car Presley's owned to move from Tupelo to Memphis on November 6, 1948 was a 39 Plymouth. That's pretty cool, but that is not the 39 Plymouth, but it's the same model and make. Let's head inside the center here. They do have a museum, which you cannot video or take photos or anything. And they do have a gift shop and the house straight ahead. That's the whole reason for this place, but I'll show you what it looks like inside. Well, thank goodness I've done this video before. because they close today at noon, as they should close today. But this is the inside. To the right is the museum. Straight ahead is where you get your tickets, and there's a gift shop in there. And there's Nipper. To the right, the RCA dog. Fan club plaque here, talking about his appearances. Presented in 1987. I love this plaque and the house and everything. He was born here January 8th, 1935. So cool. The Presley family home and the birthplace of Elvis. Right here. I cannot believe it. Every time I'm here, it's just unreal. Unreal. And the way these houses just sit on these blocks, you know. And they call this a shotgun house. You can stand at the front, shoot a shotgun, and go all the way through the back door. I'll just tell you from memory, you walk in, this was the front bedroom. This was their whole room, and then you walk through here in the kitchen area, and then they continue on to the back and out the door. Right here. But it's a total museum now, and it's really cool to see the inside though, to see where it all started. They didn't live here for long, but pretty cool to see his humble beginnings, you know. I do like this statue too, Elvis at 13. Holding the guitar from Tupelo hardware. 13-year-old Elvis. Now there's a Mississippi Music Trail. They have country and as well as the blues trail. This is the country trail they have established in 2009. Talking about Elvis and country. Elvis it's crazy. He was the king of rock and roll, country singer, pop. He did it all. Look at that, the sun label there, Blue Moon of Kentucky. There he is recording with Chet Atkins and the Jordanaires. That's crazy. Chet Atkins there. Elvis and Johnny Cash. Louisiana Hayride. The Hank Snow Show. And there they are in front of the house. And like I stated earlier, there's a blues marker as well. This was established in 2003. Talking about, hey look, yeah, country, pop, and gospel. First songs that he ever recorded. On the back of this one, the photos. There he is. B.B. King. There's Elvis with B.B. King. Arthur Big Boy Crudup, who originally recorded That's All Right Mama. And look at this. Albert King. King does the King's things. He did all Elvis songs, and that was done at Stax in Memphis. Mystery Train, that's Little Junior. So cool. And Bobby Blue Bland right there next to Elvis. I got to meet him before he passed away at the B.B. King concert, of all places, in Mississippi. You can read this if you'd like. You can pause it. Moving on, this is the Assembly of God Church, Elvis's childhood church. So crazy. There's a photo of the original site and then them moving it here. 2008, they moved it here. Normally, when this is open, you can go inside. And they have a whole presentation in here. Let's continue on the property. Also a sanctuary here. A little chapel, the memorial chapel for Elvis. I think we can see inside the window here. Yeah. Here we go. That way you can see it. The fountain goes back. Wish we could go inside because they have a gift shop, they have a theater, museum. I've shown it before. But one thing I did leave out around the back here was the outhouse. Gotta show the outhouse, and I'm gonna actually cross the street, show you guys something I don't think anybody's ever showed. Yeah, straight ahead here is the outhouse. I don't know what this is about here, honestly. I think this is just it's just a replica, just kind of showing, you know, the families all around here on this street. They all had these. Guy Harris, who grew up with Elvis on this street, remembers outhouses. We used Sears catalog for toilet paper. There was no such thing as Charmin. Wow. I love the little entrance plaque here too of Elvis, his mom and dad. On the corner, now this is not Elvis Presley Boulevard. There is an Elvis Presley Boulevard in Memphis. This is Elvis Presley Drive. And this old sign right here, you can see, or used to say, Elvis Presley. Behind this, Birthplace says Park and Chapel. Now it's just called the Elvis Presley Birthplace. But if you head down Elvis Presley Drive, there is a church right across the street. They even have a little library here at this church. I wonder if there's any books on Elvis in here for people. You never know. You always gotta look. What I'm trying to get to is behind this church. It looks like it's connected and possibly involved with the church somehow. Let's get down there. Now, last time I was here, I was standing there looking at the birthplace and the house, and I looked across the street, and this caught my attention. It says the Tupelo Elvis Presley Fan Club. And I was, oh, man, I need to go over there and see that. I didn't have enough time last time, and here I am. It's probably not open at all, but see how it's connected to the church. Here, like, this is their gymnasium. Maybe this is where they meet. Nonetheless, I wanted to show the sign. Tupelo Elvis Presley Fan Club. How neat is that? Yeah, it's a gymnasium. You can see through the glass door there. That's neat. I guess they have fan meetings here and the church allows them to use the premises. That's cool if that's the case. And what a location to do it, right across from the birthplace and youth center. Very cool. Crazy to think that this is the street that the Presleys lived on. On top of the hill of the birthplace and youth center, they do have a pavilion here. They call it Reflections, and then Becoming. I've never gone over to Reflections. I think I'll walk over this time. I believe it's just a little lake. But if you go to the top of this hill, there's a big statue of Elvis and some plaques and stuff. It's really nice. And I've never seen this in all the years I've been coming here. In later years, this overlook became one of Elvis's favorite places to visit. It has been developed for the enjoyment of his friends and fans. It is a tribute to his artistry and the contribution his music has made to the world, August 18th, 1989, RCA Records. And there's the look. Wow. That is cool. And this is what it looks like up top. This is called Becoming. That's the way to look at it. Elvis was not that tall, but he was like a giant. Hear that train? You guys can pause if you'd like to read this. It's nice. And this is about the two bronze statues. And this one is called The Entertainer. Another nice little plaque here. But you can pause if you'd like to read this. The statue is really cool though. Back down the hill, this is the pavilion they have. There's also a restroom there. And this is Reflections. Let's see what this is about. And I remember now, last time I was here, it was very cold. I mean, very cold. And I was like, I'm not going down by that water. Well, this is really nice. Fans are invited to pause for moments of quiet rest amid the beauty of nature. This peaceful garden offers a time to reflect on Elvis's boyhood, the early years, the journey that made him into the amazing man he became. Perhaps reflection on the first 13 years of one's own life will bring to mind families, communities, special individuals, and other early influences that have shaped your life. Elvis definitely influenced and shaped my life as a kid. I became a musician and played music and sang and was in a band, all because of Elvis. And when I think back on my life, you know, I'm only 36, but the fact that wow, there's a rainbow right there as I walked up. Very cool. I think back growing up, and my grandfather loved Elvis, my grandmother loves Elvis, my mother, my brother, everyone in my family loves Elvis. I was raised on his music and stories. I was raised coming out here. This was like a vacation, going to see Elvis's house. I would beg. I just wanted to know everything about that man. I loved his music. I wanted to know more about him. And I've come to meet a lot of people who knew him or had something to do with continuing his legacy. I even got to meet Lisa Marie Presley once. Got to meet Priscilla Presley. I got to meet DJ Fontana, Elvis's original drummer. And I've become friends with a lot of people who are, you know, in the world of Elvis. My buddy Tyler and his dad, Ronnie, who actually did that painting I showed you earlier. I took a picture of that and sent it to Tyler. And kind of started making me think, you know, Tyler's a friend, you know, but he's one of those guys that I can always reach out to him, and we know each other because of music and Elvis. And that's a tight bond. Southern people have a have a tight bond with things. It's pretty cool. This was nice. And a lot of people had their favorite quotes of Elvis. And one of my favorites that he always said in his early years, and I think he said it pretty much his entire life, but I remember hearing these on the recordings of him in Ed Sullivan Show tapings and things. He would say this, and you know, something like, well, thank you very much, friends, and until we meet again, may God bless you as he's blessed me. It's just so cool. Now I decided to also include the Presley family plot that's out here in Tupelo. A few family members are here, including the original resting place of Jesse Guerin Presley, Elvis's twin brother. There's a nice little plaque, little marker for Jesse Guerin here, just like they have at Graceland. A few Presleys here, Flora and Goebel. Raymond Edward and Mac Presley. This one's very old, July of 1932. Oma Presley, Susan Presley, Noah Presley, and here, Jesse Guerin, Elvis's twin brother. See you next year, Tupelo, if not before. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure where we're gonna hijack Johnny Cash's car and go to Jackson. Till then, stay weird.